All right. Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to the Mikestand. As is the case, we're going to give it a few minutes, give people a chance to show up here. I hope everybody's having a good week thus far as we are in the middle, aka hump day. Getting over the hump of the week, as it were. So, let's see. Let's see. Out of the shadow, jets into back, faster than light. Flash Gordon, Lord of the Jungle, the hero who stalks. The beast called him brother, the ghost who walks. Phantom, defenders of the earth, master of magic spells and confusion. Enemies crumble with fear and confusion. Mandrake, defenders of the earth, defenders. He'll conquer all. On with his power, we never will fall. His strength is a legend, his skills conquer all. On with his power, we never will fall. Defenders of the earth, defenders. Defenders of the earth, 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 earth. Alright, anyways, I'm going to need to go off camera here for a quick moment, so I'll be right back. I'll leave you down right. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. Let's see. We're actually at 7.5 minutes now. Well, I guess I'll go over what's on tap for tonight here. Um, we're almost at the 8 minute mark here. So, first off, we're going to go over, like 5 articles in CBR, a little bit of a CBR wrap up, a couple articles in regards to some animation, and then some comic related articles, including, of course, apparently one of the incoming congressmen is going to not just swear on the Constitution, but he's going to also be sworn in, I guess, action. I think Superman #1 is apparently going to be part of the swearing in process. So, I mean, one of the things, some information from Dynamite Entertainment, Our Girl cartoon, and apparently a couple of properties that Netflix got, they may be actually losing them apparently. So we'll be looking at all that tonight. Also, of course, the wrestling roundup and this day in each history. So, without any further ado, then, I thank you for the like and the share. Whoever dropped in there. All right, okay, I thought so. Alrighty then. So with that, let's go ahead and get into the articles then. Going to start off actually because of the fact the cartoon articles are actually from yesterday. We're going to go ahead and start with those, and then we'll get into the comics articles. So, without any further ado, let's go ahead and hit these up. Now, I noticed this yesterday. It's kind of funny because we actually did a we covered this earlier as well, like maybe a couple weeks ago. But apparently now there's a little bit of a change here. They're talking about the new seasons of these particular shows, but now let's see what happens here. See what happened here. Let's see. Okay. Netflix is about to lose Miraculous Tales of Ladybug and Cat Noir. Netflix announces it will soon remove all the first 3 seasons of Miraculous Tales of Ladybug and Cat Noir worldwide after Disney's purchase. Okay. So, article by Julia Anderson, published a day ago, which was yesterday. All right. So we were talking about these shows. What was it, about a couple weeks ago? Because I guess they were having new seasons come up, or they were wondering if new seasons were coming up. But anyway, streaming service Netflix announced the removal of all episodes of Miraculous Tales of Ladybug and Cat Noir worldwide. Per What's on Netflix's page for the animated series revealed that it would remove all 3 seasons after January 31st. This comes years after Disney purchased the rights to Miraculous Tales of Ladybug and Cat Noir, and 2 years since the second half of the series landed on Netflix. A holiday special titled A Christmas Special, Miraculous Tales of Ladybug and Cat Noir. I guess it's one show. I thought it was 2 shows. I actually thought it was 2 shows, but okay, it's actually one show that they're losing. Okay, now I get it. Also leaves the streamer on the same day, though a Netflix exclusive webisode called Happy Birthday to You does not yet show an exploration date. Disney formally acquired the distribution rights to seasons 1 through 3 in 2021. So I guess what ended up happening is that now I guess the show may be moving to Disney Plus. That may be what the thing is. Ladybug and Cat Noir's sweeping popularity. Miraculous Tales of Ladybug and Cat Noir began airing in September 2015 on the South Korean network EBS1 before premiering in October 2015 on its French home network TFI1 or TF1. Um, it quickly gained popularity, expanding to worldwide network until it reached 120 territories by the following year. So 2015 and 2016, so on and so forth. Um, Disney previously distributed the series in Europe, the Middle East, and Africa, while Nickelodeon aired it in the United States, and the Family Channel did in Canada. Uh, the series, created by Thomas Struck and produced by Zagtoon and On Kids and Family, um, follows teenagers Marionette Dupain Cheng and Adrian Agreste as they fight evil as Ladybug and Cat Noir in Paris. Magical jewels called the Miraculous give them and other animal themed give them and others animal themed abilities and costumes. Um, Noir, of course, is a French word for black or dark, so you could argue that another variation of Cat Noir's name is Black Cat or Dark Cat. Transforming them into superhero personas powered by cosmic beings called Kwamis. Um, Meanwhile, the pair face teenage problems, namely the crushes they both have on the other. While Marionette loves Adrian, but not Cat Noir, Adrian loves Ladybug, but not Marionette. Kind of an interesting situation there. I mean, that's similar to kind of what we saw in the 90s Spider Man cartoon, when you saw that, you know, um, Spider Man and Black Cat on there, where Felicia Hardy was in love with Spider Man, but not with Peter Parker. So interesting scenario there. Where to watch Miraculous Tales of Ladybug and Cat Noir? Remains unclear when Disney Plus might begin streaming the series. While seasons 1 through 3 have streamed on Netflix over the last few years, the fourth and currently airing fifth seasons are available to watch on the Disney Now website and app. Though it also aired on the Disney Channel, fans can also watch the Miraculous Christmas special on Netflix or Disney Plus, while the film, The Miraculous World, New York, United Heroes, is exclusive to Disney Plus. Seasons 1 through 3 of Miraculous Tales of Ladybug and Cat Noir are now available to stream on Netflix through January 31st until it moves to Disney Plus at a later date. They just haven't mentioned when that later date will actually be. So, guess we'll be waiting and seeing for that. And we do have one other animated story to go over, as it were. Okay. After checking that, let's go ahead and get back to the article then. Let's see now. Alright, so Marvel's Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur reinvents heavyweight Avengers villain. A new sneak peek at Marvel's Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur reveals the Disney Channel series take on the iconic Avengers supervillain Graviton. Article by Lee Freitag, published a day ago. What? Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. Okay. The classic Avengers villain, Graviton, gets reinvented in a new look at Marvel's Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. A sneak peek shows Moon Girl locked in battle with the series' take on Graviton, a supervillain created by writer Jim Shooter and artist Sal Buscema, who first appeared in Marvel Comics back in 1977. In Avengers number 158, however, whereas the comics version of Graviton gained the ability to control gravity, Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur's Graviton seemingly lacks that power and instead operates a mechanical suit that shoots gravitonium, a liquid metal-esque gravity manipulating substance that was introduced in the ABC drama series Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. The sneak peek ends with Graviton draining his supply of gravitonium, leading to Moon Girl quickly defeating the weakened supervillain. Graviton was previously adapted to television in the animated series The Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes and the live-action Marvel Cinematic Universe adjacent series Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. While the character only appeared in the two-part episode The Breakout in the former, he featured heavily in the latter's first and fifth seasons. Ian Hart portrayed Dr. Franklin Hall, the Graviton within the pages of Marvel Comics, in the season 1 episode The Asset, while Adrian Pastar's MCU character, Glenn Talbot, assumed the mantle of Graviton season 5 after infusing himself with gravitonium. Glenn Talbot, of course, Major Glenn Talbot, one of the alongside Thunderbolt Ross, one of the Hulk's adversaries. The Adventures of Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. Marvel's Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur is based on a 47-issue comic book series of the same name. They just put the same, but we know where. Which was published between 2015 and 2019 by Marvel Comics. The upcoming animated series follows the adventures of 13-year-old super genius Lunella Lafayette, portrayed by Diamond White, or voiced by Diamond White, and her cherry red dinosaur, or Tyrannosaurus Devil Dinosaur, voiced by Fred Tatasciore, who has been around for quite a while as a voice actor. Most notably, some of the past credits he's had include, of course, I think he was a gangster Goto in one of the early seasons of Naruto, as well as previously doing the Hulk and the Thing on some other Marvel-based animated series. After Lunella accidentally brings Devil Dinosaur into present day New York City, the duo works together to protect the city's Lower East Side from danger. Although Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur is produced by Marvel Animation, a subsidiary of Marvel Studios, the series is not part of the MCU, despite the shared universe recently expanding into animation. Instead, Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur joins Marvel Studios' other highly anticipated non-MCU animated project, X-Men 97, the revival of the popular X-Men the Animated Series. The rest of Marvel Studios' upcoming animation slate, What If, Season 2, Spider-Man Freshman Year, and Marvel Zombies, has been confirmed to take place in alternate realities within the MCU. Marvel's Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur premieres on Disney Channel on February 10th. The series was renewed for a second season in October 2022. Now, I wonder, with the X-Men 97 series, how that's going to do, considering some of the issues that came up with it, with some of the, like Allison Court not wanting to play Jubilee anymore because she wanted to let somebody of, an Asian Canadian, um somebody of Asian descent actually portray her, since technically Jubilation Lee is a Chinese, or depicted as Chinese American. So she wanted Allison Court wanted to, um surrender the role for that reason. I wonder how that's all going to play out here. I think what will happen is, if they try to they go into the show trying to push a woke narrative, it's probably going to be, it's going to put a sour taste, or have a sour taste in the, a lot of the fans, a lot of the fans, mouths over it. So, anyways, that's all for that. So let's see. So now we will now go ahead and get ready to go on to some comic news here. Some interesting stories I picked up earlier today. I saw earlier today as I was looking for stories to get into this first one here real quick. This one grabbed my attention real fast. Um, come check out this. Let's do something real quick here. All right. So, anyways, getting on to this next article. This one's kind of interesting because U.S. representatives swearing into Congress will include Superman number one. When California Congressman Robert Garcia um, swears into the new Congress, he'll do so on a copy of the Constitution, but Superman number one will be involved. Um, Article by Brian Cronin, published one day ago. All right, so when newly elected California Congressman Robert Garcia swears his oath to be admitted into the United States House of Representatives, he will be doing so on a copy of the United States Constitution, but he will also be including three items underneath the Constitution that have personal meaning to him, including a copy of 1939's Superman number one. Now, for those of you who might not know or remember, Superman number one was, of course, the first, one of the first feature books that DC started publishing. It was a quarterly feature, of course, featuring Superman stories. The first issue just contained the first four Superman stories from the first four issues of Action Comics, number one. So, due to the Republicans being unable to select a Speaker of the House on what would have been the first day of the new Congress, the actual oaths won't be done until Wednesday at the earliest. But Garcia announced his plans on social media for whenever his swearing in takes place. What else will Robert Garcia be swearing in on? So, will be proudly sworn in to Congress on the U.S. Constitution. Now, here's his tweet here. Underneath the Constitution will be three items that mean a lot to me personally: a photo of my parents, who I lost to COVID, my citizenship certificate, and an original Superman number one um, from the Library of Congress. Alrighty then. Garcia announced on his social media account he'll be swearing in on a copy of the United States Constitution, but he will also be including underneath the Constitution a copy of his citizenship certificate. Garcia was born in Lima, Peru, before moving to the United States with his mother when he was 5. A photo of his mother and stepfather, who sadly both died from COVID-19, and a copy of Superman number one from 1939, the first issue of Superman's solo ongoing series, after first appearing as a feature in Action Comics starting in 1938, which, of course, I just mentioned. Garcia has been a public fan of Superman, even using a Superman-inspired logo for his congressional campaign. Oh, yeah, look at that. Look at that right there. Look at that right there. That looks cool. Look at that. Robert Garcia for Congress. That looks pretty cool there. Let's continue on here. Where did the Superman number one come from? A copy of Superman number one came from the United States Library of Congress, which has a large collection of vintage comic books, which, of course, we know Library of Congress has a number of other things too, including a National Film Registry as well that we've been talking a lot about, at least last month, as we saw a number of older cartoons, when we were doing the This Day in Each History segment. But anyways, after his election in November, Garcia tweeted out, quote, "Okay, y'all, I'm freaking out. This is the congressional members' reading room in the Library of Congress, I can pull any comic book from what is the largest public comic collection in the country and read them here. Let's go. Wow. At the time, he also tweeted a photo of Superman #1 and also Amazing Fantasy #15, the first appearance of Spider-Man, explaining that he wasn't sure which one he would check out first. Now, of course, Superman and Spider-Man are both the iconic iconic main characters of their respective companies. Superman for DC, Spider-Man for Marvel. So here he is right here. Here, I guess, is where he's at right here. Oh, you're looking there. Which one to read first? Look at that. What other non-traditional books have been used to swear into Congress? Hmm. The United States Congress famously does not require any specific text for its members to use to swear in on. Although historically members have traditionally used a copy of the Bible, in 2007, Representative Keith Ellison, the first Muslim member of the House of Representatives, swore his oath on a copy of the Quran at the Library of Congress that was once owned by Thomas Jefferson. In 2019, Representatives Rashida Tlaib and Ilhan Omar both used their own personal copies of the Quran for their swearing in. So, anyways, I'm going to check something out here. Okay. Yeah, well, that's a little disappointing, but anyways, to each his own. I mean, aside from his ideological spin, this is still a pretty cool story. Anyways, yeah, but I think in some ways it would it might actually fit with what's going on too a little bit. I mean, how Superman was in fact depicted back then. Which I think if people did learn, if people did learn a little bit more about this guy, they probably wouldn't be too happy that he is going on the basically going on the but anyways let's get ready to move on to the next article here. All right, here we go. Here's another article right here. A little bit more about a release or preview. All right. So, anyways, Batman Spawn scores a special unlettered, uncolored, unplugged re-release. DC Comics announces 2022's Batman Superman blockbuster crossover is getting an unlettered, uncolored, and unplugged re-release in February 2023, so next month. DC and Image Comics 2022 crossover is getting an uncolored and unlettered re-release, Batman Spawn Unplugged. Batman Spawn Unplugged will release in February 2023 from DC Comics. The issue is an inks only version of the blockbuster crossover. Written and inked by Todd McFarlane and penciled by Greg Capullo, which was originally released in December 2022. Quote, it's always exciting whenever us artists can present our work in an unfiltered manner as possible. In as unfiltered a manner as possible, McFarlane said. Quote, this book will let you see the true skill of how Greg Capullo does his masterful storytelling and every line that we both put down. I guess Greg Capullo, how he tells a story through his art, I guess, is what they're trying to point out there. Capullo added, quote, you guys did it again. You came out in stunning support for the Batman Spawn crossover. Again, Batman title. Batman titles seem to be the only thing selling at DC right now. We were talking about this the other day. Next treat we have in store is a raw release, standalone black and white version. No words, no color, just the raw power of line art. I'm certain that you'll dig it as much as Todd and I do. Batman Spawn is also getting a second printing. In December 2022, DC announced the original version of Batman Spawn is getting a second printing, which will be released on February 7th, 2023. Available at local comic book shops, the printing comes with two covers created by Capullo and McFarlane with a new logo color scheme. So those are the two books they're talking about right there. One has Batman featured, the other has Spawn featured. Okay. Batman Spawn's second printing and Batman Spawn Unplugged will be followed by Batman Spawn, the Deluxe Edition, in April 2023, along with the new crossover. Batman Spawn, the Deluxe Edition, also collects the two characters' previous adventures. Together, 1994 Spawn Batman from Frank Miller and McFarlane, and 1994's Batman Spawn, by Frank Miller and McFarlane, and 1994's Batman Spawn War Devil #1 by Doug Moench, Chuck Dixon, Alan Grant, and Klaus Janson. Additionally, Batman Spawn, the Deluxe Edition, comes with Capullo's pencils for Batman Spawn #1, Janson's inks for Batman Spawn War Devil, retailer variant covers, and more. Let's see. The official synopsis for Batman Spawn #1 reads, two dark heroes cursed by tragedy find their paths again crossing, but not by choice. What sinister foe is at work pitting the Dark Knight against the Hellspawn? From the shadows of Gotham City to New York City, this epic event is a blockbuster. Is the blockbuster you've been waiting almost 2 decades for. The crossover features colors by Dave McCaig, Letters by Tom Napolitano. Cover art by Capullo, McFarlane, and the Keg. And variant cover art by Gabrielle Delotto, Sean Murphy, Dave Stewart, Francesco Mattina, J. Scott Campbell, Sabine Rich, Capullo, McFarlane, Brian Haberlin, Brett Booth, Sandra Hope, Yvonne Nunez, Jim Lee, Scott Williams, Alex St. Clair, Jorge Jimenez, Jason Fabach, Brad Anderson, and FCO Placentia. Batman Spawn Unplugged releases February 14th, 2023 from DC. All right, so there we go with that one. We're almost done with the articles that I selected for the night here, so we'll probably be doing some. I'll probably go over one last time to check to see if anything new did come up on Founding in the Comments, and we'll see where we'll go from there. We're coming up on just past 44 minutes here, so see how we do here. So there's one more article that this one's it right here. CBR exclusive Greg Weisman explains whether Gargoyles' new series is canon. Gargoyles creator Greg Weisman, if you guys remember, Gargoyles, of course, was the Disney's 90s cartoon. A lot of us probably saw that. I thought it was pretty cool, just with all the, not just the sword and sorcery stuff, but also the mythos and all the time traveling they did and all that. Just all the time and world traveling they did. So, Gargoyle creator Greg Weisman breaks down the complicated continuity of the original cartoon and its subsequent comic book incarnations. Jeremy Blum published 7 hours ago. Article by Jeremy Blum published. And you have right there from left to right, you have Broadway, Goliath, Hudson, and Brooklyn. Brooklyn seems to be wearing some armor there. Or Dynamite Entertainment's new Gargoyles book follows the same continuity as the beloved cartoon, as well as one other Gargoyle comic published in the past. Series creator Greg Weisman clarified, quote, yes, the new Dynamite comic series is canon to the cartoon, as well as the SLG series, Weisman said during a fan Q&A session organized by CBR. Quote, if I'm doing my job right, you don't need to have seen or read anything previously to enjoy the new stuff. You'll obviously get more out of it if you look at the entire tapestry that makes up the Gargoyles universe, which I think is true in any fandom, any comics fandom. That's kind of why I do that's part of the reason why I do the historical comic retrospect the way I do it. You get more out of it when you can look at the whole. You look at everything as it develops over time and stuff like that. You look at they call it the tapestry. So, anyway, the Gargoyles comic canon. Dynamite's Gargoyles is the third major comic book featuring Goliath and the other Stone Guardians of the beloved Walt Disney television animation series, which originally aired for 3 seasons from 1994 to 1997. And the thing is, the last season went over to ABC, whereas the first 2 seasons were syndicated. The first couple of seasons were syndicated, and the last season actually did become part of the Saturday morning lineup, and then was canceled after that. So, an 11-issue Marvel series that hit comic book shelves in 1994 and 1995, was the first licensed Gargoyles comic book and is notable for featuring early work from the likes of industry professionals like Amanda Conner, Joe Mandarera, and Jimmy Palmiotti. Weisman intended to contribute to the series as a writer, but was ultimately unable to due to its cancellation. A second Gargoyles comic was produced by the now defunct company SLG Publishing in 2006 and ran for 12 issues in 2008. Penned by Weisman, the comic directly continued the storyline from season 2 after the animated series, replacing the show's controversial from season 2 of the animated series, replacing the show's controversial third season dubbed The Goliath Chronicles, which suffered a troubled developmental cycle and is now considered non-canon. The quote, the SLG era is in continuity, Weisman told CBR, when discussing the canonicity of the previous Gargoyle books. The new characters that the SLG series introduced, the Marvel comics are not. But both series have really fun stories. Gargoyles #1 is written by Weisman, illustrated by George Cabate, lettered by Jeff Eckelberg, and featured a main cover by David Nakayama. The issue sports a wide variety of variant covers by the likes of Amanda Conner, Lucio Perillo, Nestle Electric Lee, Riley, Tony Fleet, and Chris Fortune, as well as variants that Lee print show Madureira's cover of Marvel's Gargoyles #1 and the series' originally its packaging. Issue #1 of Gargoyles is on sale now from Dynamite Entertainment. The Gargoyles animated series is streaming on Disney Plus. Oh, there we go with that one. All right, so let's see now. Oh. All right. All right, so there does seem to be a bit of a disconnect here. All right, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go off camera here for a moment to check something. I'll be right back to put some music on. All right, we're back, everybody. Yeah. All right, so with that, we'll continue. All right. So, anyways, we did get up to we're up to like 56 minutes now here. Let me just go back over to let's just see. Let's go over to Bounding in the Comics real quick to see if there's any. It doesn't look like it. Looks like the same exact stuff that we saw from this morning here or this afternoon here when I was doing all this stuff. Yeah, there's only like one new story and it's not even anything. All right, so let's go back to CDR. I guess we'll continue on with some of the anime and see what else I find on the anime. I'm gonna go off camera one more time and then we'll get back to things. Uh, all right, I'm back now. Now we have three viewers in minutes. So, anyways, okay, so now we're gonna probably we're just coming up on the hour mark here, so we've already been through some of the comics and cartoon stories, so let's go and check out some of the anime stories of the day here. Actually, considering. We'll start here from just 5 hours ago. Even though we usually go full day, but since we're already at the hour mark, I think going just from a short time ago, like from 5 hours ago, would be okay to do. Let's see now. Start off with this article here. Okay, so here we go. Here we go with the first of the anime articles. They do probably cover for the next few minutes here. All right, Tokyo Revengers season 2 gets Hulu premiere date. The much anticipated second season of Tokyo Revengers, titled The Christmas Showdown Arc, will stream on Hulu and Disney Plus in January. So that's kind of funny. It's called The Christmas Showdown Arc, yet they're going to actually show it after Christmas. Okay, that's interesting, to say the least. Article by Hillary Wong, published 5 hours ago. So the second season of Tokyo Rangers has found its streaming home on Hulu. After the announcement that Tokyo Revengers would stream on Disney Plus, Season 2, otherwise known as the Christmas Showdown arc of Tokyo Revengers, will actually premiere on the Disney-owned Hulu for U.S. viewers. A previous announcement revealed that the second season would stream on Disney Plus as a result of a deal with Kodansha, Tokyo Revengers digital publisher. Tokyo Revengers, the Christmas Showdown arc, will hit Hulu on January 7th. So that's this Saturday. And Disney Plus in other countries the next day. The Christmas Showdown arc will focus on the conflict between the Black Dragons, led by Toman, and the 10th generation leader, Taiju Shiba. A violent menace, Taiju Shiba prefers using his fist to communicate rather than his words. But in rather odd contrast, the trailer also reveals that Taiju is a surprisingly religious man and often goes to church to pray. The new season will also dive deeper into the history between the captain of the second division, Takashi Mitsuya, and the vice captain, um, Hakai Shiba. Hakai, often portrayed as a quiet and soft spoken individual, has a darker side, especially when it comes to facing off against his brother Taiju. One of 2021's most popular anime series. Season 1 of Tokyo Revengers, produced by Leiden Films, which also produced Call of the Night and Other Side Picnic, with Koichi Hatsumi directing, um, premiered in April 2021. The first season won in the anime category of the Yahoo Japan Search Awards and won the anime award for its popularity in 2021 Twitter Japan's Trend Awards. It also ranked seventh in the most tweeted show of 2021 worldwide. The series hasn't been without controversy, however. International distribution of season 1 saw the removal or censoring of the Buddhist Manji swastika due to its likeness to the Nazi swastika symbol, a matter that raised criticism from fans. Judging by the Hulu trailer, it's likely season 2 will undergo the same treatment. It's like people can't distinguish between one and the other. Is that why they feel like they have to censor it? It's like, not all I don't think all swastikas are the same, but then in the world we live in, Um, Excuse me a moment. I gotta go check on something here. I will be right back. Some music on for you guys. All right. So with that now, finish up this article and then see what else we can find in the next couple of minutes here before we start switching gears to try to start finishing off the show. So I can find the. All right. So written and illustrated by Ken Wakui, Tokyo Revengers is a time-traveling thriller story following 26-year-old veritable loser Takemichi Hamagaki, who hears that his middle school ex-girlfriend Hinata Tachibana and her brother died at the hands of the Tokyo Maji gang. One day, Takemichi finds himself transported 12 years into the past after someone pushes him into the path of a speeding train. A little isekai action here. Except instead of going to another world, he just went to another time. Then he realizes he has a chance to save Hinata, but the Tokyo Majin gang of 12 years ago is not the same one he knows in the present day. Led by the quietly charismatic leader, Mikey, Takemichi realizes that something drastic happened to the Tokyo Maji gang to change it to the way it is now. Instead of channeling his efforts into saving just Hinata, Takemichi vows to save Toman as well. Fans in the U.S. can enjoy the second season of Tokyo Revengers on Hulu when it premieres on January 7th, this Saturday. Viewers outside the U.S. can catch it on Disney Plus. So there we go with that one, that article. Okay, so let's see now. So now we're at hour 11 here. Might do one more article. As it were. If we. All right, here's another article. This is probably the last article we do tonight because this one kind of caught my attention as I was checking in on this. The best anime schools where students actually study and learn. Here's the best anime that not only is set in an academic institution, but also surprisingly gives the students a quality education. Article by Ederlin Peralta, published 4 hours ago. So let me see. Hmm. Oh yeah, that one is from it's a cooking one. Uh, it's a cooking one. I know it, but because I know Toonami just had it on too about a couple years ago. Let's see, one up, a girl up front there. I think is from My Witch Academia. You see, Assassination Classroom on the left there. On the right, um, Food Plate or something like that. Yeah, the one on the right there. I know it's from a cooking anime. I just can't think of the name right now. Ugh! Don't you just hate that? Trying to remember something and you real Food Wars. That's what it is. Food Wars. Food Wars, Assassination Classroom, and I think My Witch Academia, I believe, are the three animes they're showing there. Whenever an anime series is in a traditional school setting, the main characters do everything except study and learn. Isn't that education is boring? It's more so that there isn't enough substance or action for a story to develop when it comes to traditional education. However, there are a handful of anime series which authentically represent their academic settings. Students not only have a social life and can do extracurricular activities, but the following anime shows provide its characters with a proper education, even if they aren't just learning math and science. Learning culinary arts at Food Wars Totsuki Culinary Academy. Let's see, Yuta Sukuda and Shun Saeki's Food Wars, Shogeki no Soma, is about a young chef named Soma Yukihira who aspires to take over his family restaurant Yukihira. Yet to surpass his father's culinary skills, he must attend Totsuki Culinary Academy. At the academy, Soma participates in cooking or shokugeki competitions and develops his cooking skills by learning from his peers and famous chefs. In Food Wars, the aspiring chefs attend the prestigious cooking school, Totsuki Culinary Academy. At this academy, students develop their cooking skills and specialize in a specific culinary cuisine. Students learn through shogeki competitions um, and classroom cooking practicals under the guidance of master chefs and food critics. Yeah. Now, I think there still is like what they call a fifth season or fifth plate. I don't know if that season has actually been dubbed. It would. I think the first four seasons have been dubbed and shown on Toonami. I think there is a fifth season. I'm wondering if it did eventually get dubbed, and I hope it would show up on Toonami at some point. Albeit, I'm not necessarily holding my breath, considering where things are going with the idea of regular television. Might have to catch it on a streaming service or something like that. Anyways, excelling in heroism at My Hero Academia's UA High School. And there you see, of course, the Gravity Girl right there at the far right, Frog Girl in the middle, Zooey. Don't necessarily recognize the other ones in there though. Anyways, in Kohei Horikoshi's My Hero Academia, the story focuses on the adventures of Izuku Midoriya, a once quirkless teenage boy who receives the quirk, quote unquote, one for all from the world's number one hero, All Might. Midoriya's dream is to become a superhero because he wants to protect the innocent. Thus, by obtaining quote unquote all for one, he enrolls in the prestigious UA High School to receive proper superhero training. And this is a world where actually they go as far as having heroes be licensed. You have to actually be a licensed. You have to actually get a license in order to be a hero. This isn't obviously something that Superman or Spider-Man have to contend with, but in Japanese society, apparently you do. Or at least in this Japanese society. There we go. UA High School is the top hero academy in Japan. The students that graduated from UA High School are now some of the best in the world. At UA High School, students train to become pro heroes, quote unquote. Students partake in a rigorous hero curriculum, classroom instruction, explaining the rules and regulations of becoming a pro hero. Hero simulations, scenarios, and practicals, and real life heroic experience. In hero agency internships, students get to shadow a real pro hero, and in hero work study, students obtain a provisional hero license and are sidekicks to a pro hero. Yeah. Now, of course, Batman and Robin didn't need to do all this. Robin just got trained by Batman. Whether it was Dick Grayson or Jason Todd or Tim Drake. They didn't have to go through all this. Mastering Witchcraft at Little Witch Academy, that's what it was. Little Witch Academy's Luna Nova Magical Academy. Let's see. Yo Yoshinari's Little Witch Academy follows the optimistic and energetic witch named Atsuko Ako Kagari, who decided to become a witch after witnessing Shiny Chariot's magical performance. Ako comes from a non-magical background, so she has trouble controlling her magic until she obtains the shiny rod. Using the shiny rod, Ako, with the help of her friends, Lot and Susie, restores people's belief in magic. Do you believe in magic in a young girl's heart? Anyways, Luna Nova Magical Academy is a distinguished witch institution that teaches magical and non-magical young girls magic. The school offers a wide range of witchcraft and sorcery courses, such as fundamental alchemy, magic linguistics, and broom flight. Practicing the demon dark arts in Welcome to Demon School. Oh, look at that! Look right there. Welcome to Demon School, Aruna-kun, I believe is the full title of this particular anime. Let's see. Oh, yeah. As I said, this is going to be the last. Osamu Nishi's Welcome to Demon School, Aruna-kun is about a human boy named Aruma Suzuki who gets sold to a demon named Sullivan by his neglectful parents. Aruma-kun enrolls in Babil's school for demons, but must hide his human identity, or else the demons will eat him. The story centers on the adventures and random antics Aruma and his demon friends get into at demon school. At Babil's School for Demons, students take a variety of subjects to become quote-unquote proper demons. There are specific subjects that all demon students are required to take. Students can take electives based on their interest. Some courses that students can take include transfiguration, torture, and pharmacology. There are also gender-exclusive courses like seduction, which is for female students. Lastly, the teachers at Babil's School for Demons care about their students' well-being and their studies. Oh, this one was a good one too. They just finished that series up on Toonami like last, I think, fall or something like that. Mentoring under the guidance of Koro Sensei in assassination classrooms, Kunugi Gaoka High School, Junior High. I've seen that one 3 times fast. And Yusei Matsuri's assassination classroom, an octopus-shaped alien named Koro Sensei becomes the junior high homeroom teacher of misfit students. The students must kill Koro Sensei under the threat that he may destroy the earth. Koro Sensei teaches the misfit students of Class 3E in Kunogi Gaoka Junior High. He teaches human subjects such as Japanese history, mathematics, and literature. However, it isn't the subjects or content that the students find interesting, but the teacher, Koro Sensei. Koro Sensei makes learning fun by developing student strengths through individualized assessments and encouraging students to take responsible risks. Koro Sensei cares about his students and he tries to guide them into being well-rounded adults. Now, doesn't that sound like probably the best teacher ever? BTE right there, right? BTE, best teacher ever right there, Koro Sensei. Anyways, so there we go with that one. So now we're at hour 24, so I'm going to try to wrap this up as quickly as possible here. We're going to do the wrestling wrap-up pretty quickly here, and then we will get to this day in each history, and then we will finish everything out. Yeah. First off, we do need to talk about, of course, now, granted, this was technically for us here in the States earlier today. One thing I want to talk about, of course, is Wrestle Kingdom from New Japan. Now, that happened technically, even though it was already excuse me a moment. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Very much back. Anyways, we're gonna try to wrap this up here. So yeah, so last night, of course, there were like it at well, technically it was earlier today for us here in the states. Last night in Japan. Even though in Japan it was already the January the 4th. So today is so with it being today being January, Wrestle Kingdom happened earlier today, and at the show, of course, there were six title change, seven title matches, six title changes. The lone retention was Kairi Sane retaining the IWGP Women's Championship over what that? As soon as I can find that, over Tom Nakano, TAM. It's pronounced Tom, even though the way we see it's TAM, but it's pronounced Tom. The main event did see Okada defeat Jay White. Also, Kenny Omega defeated Will Ospreay for the IWGP United States Heavyweight Championship. Okada defeated Jay White for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. Hiromu Takahashi defeated Taiji Imori, El Desperado, and Master Wato in a four-way match to become the new IWGP Junior Heavyweight title holder. Tama Tonga defeated Carl Anderson to become the new Never Openweight title. Zack Sabre Jr. defeated Ren Narita to become the first New Japan World Television title. FTR dropped the IWGP tag titles to Bishamon of Hiroki Goto and Yoshihashi. Catch 22 of Francesco Akira and TJP, DJ Perkins, defeated the team known as Chaos, Leo Rush and Yo. Guys might remember Leo Rush from his time in the WWE. Excuse me one more time. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. So there we go. Yeah. So yeah, so there were 7 title matches, 6 title changes. Among some of the other notable matches on the pre-show main event saw the team of former NWA World Heavyweight Champion Satoshi Kojima, Togi Makabe, and Yuji Nagata, who some of you may remember from the time about 25 years ago or so in WCW, defeat the team of Minoru Suzuki, the former Ring of Honor television champion, of course, um, former NWA World Heavyweight and World Junior Heavyweight title holder, or IWGP World Junior Heavyweight title holder, Tatsumi Fujinami, and the current Tiger Man. So some other interesting developments came out of there as well, in that in that Mercedes Verano, who you all might remember as Sasha Banks, made her debut at Wrestle Kingdom under the name Mercedes Monet. You know, and there's also some speculation, of course, that she'll be making her AEW debut next week on Dynamite as possibly Soraya's tag team partner. We'll talk more about that in a moment, though. Also, going on tonight, of course, AEW Dynamite, first Dynamite of the year. We'll probably talk more about the results tomorrow. But in the main event, Samoa Joe defending the TNT title against Darby Allin. We saw the Acclaimed defending the tag titles against Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal. Um, we also had in a women's tag match, Jade Cargill teaming with Red Velvet taking on Sarah Hogan and Sky Blue. Ryan Danielson was taking on some East, and also you had Chris Jericho taking on um, Ricky Starks. We'll be talking more about that, the results of that tomorrow. Um, Also, of course, yesterday NWA concluded its second round in its championship series, um, in which the winning team will be so going on to the finals of the championship series are Team Rock and Roll led by NWA World Junior Heavyweight Champion Kerry Morton, the son of Ricky Morton, and Team Tyrus led by NWA World Tyrus. So with that, why don't we go ahead and start to just want to check something. After Strickland also taking on AR Fox as well. And again, we'll talk more about the results tomorrow. Um, Anyways, um, today being Wednesday, January the 4th, being Wednesday, January the 4th, 2023. Let's take a look back at this day in news history. History! All right, so without any further ado, let's take a look back at this day in news history. First off, We're going to head back 50 years ago today, as on this date, 50 years ago today, the 20th issue of Walt Disney's Chip and Dale from Gold Key Comics went on sale on this date. It sold for 15 cents for 32 pages. So on this date, 50 years ago today, the 20th issue of Walt Disney's Chip and Dale from Gold Key Comics went on sale on this date. Also, moving on to the next piece of neat history. On this date, 30 years ago, from Tokyo Dome in Tokyo, Japan, WCW and New Japan had their third Super Show event. Some of these individuals were still even wrestling to this day today. The main event did see Genichiro Tenryu defeat Riki Shoshu. Tatsumi Fujinami, who was also in action earlier today, 30 years later, this time for just strictly New Japan's Wrestle Kingdom, he defeated Takashi Ishikawa back then in a match for the IWGP Tag Team Championship. Ended in a double countout as the Hellraisers of Hawk Warrior, known to us fans in the States as Road Warrior Hawk, one half of the Road Warriors, and Power Warrior, Kensuke Sasaki, and the Steiner brothers, Rick and Scott Steiner, they ended up in a double countout. In a title versus title match for both the IWGP Heavyweight and NWA World Heavyweight Champion, the Great Muta going in as the IWGP Heavyweight Champion defeated Masaru Chono going in as the NWA World Heavyweight Champion to become the new NWA World Heavyweight Champion. Also on the show saw Masa Saito and Shinya Hashimoto defeat Dustin Rhodes and Scott Norton in a tag match. Sting defeated Hiroshi Hase. Ron Simmons defeated Ron Simmons in a match for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight title. Jushin Thunder Liger, innovator of the Liger Bomb, or the running sit-out power bomb, defeated Ultimo Dragon. Let's see. And what looks like an 8-man tag match. The team of Heisei Ichigun, comprising of Akitoshi Saito, Masashi Ayagi, Shiro Oshinaka, and Rick Kabuki. Many of you remember the great Kabuki from his time in the States of the early 80s throughout the NWA territories. Taking on the team of Raging Staff comprised of Hiro Saito, Norio Honaga, Super Strong Machine, and Katsu Toshioka. So that's at least as much as that. So on this date, 30 years ago today, from Tokyo, Japan, and Tokyo Dome, the WCW New Japan Super Show 3 started. So moving on from that to the next um next piece of history. On this date, back in 1988, which was 25 years ago today, Peak Productions Inspector Gadget Field Trip um, had its last episode air on the History Channel. So on this date, back in 1998, 25 years ago today, Inspector Gadget Field Trip um, completed its run, was canceled after this date. Um, so also, and one last piece of neat history, going back 10 years ago today, on this date, 10 years ago today, in the realm of anime, Zek Studios Cuticle Detective Inaba premiered on Japanese television on this date back in 2013. So 10 years ago today, Cuticle Detective Inaba, an anime produced by Zek Studio, premiered on Japanese television on this day. All right, so I thank everybody for being here tonight. Thank everybody for being here tonight. Appreciate the likes and the shares. Um, let's see. I hope to see everybody back here tomorrow. Also, don't forget this Friday, of course, have Tim Olson with me as we will be looking at we'll be looking at we'll be looking at we'll be looking at um, we'll be looking at we'll be starting our August 1999 coverage on the comic book um, with with Tim Olson as my co-host. We'll be looking at comics going on sale from DC Comics at that point in time. And with that, guys, I thank you for being here. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.